OK， 你好 ，perfect。
女士们、先生们，欢迎来到李世锋茶谈录。Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tea with Li. Today, with great honor and pleasure, we are having Naxo 文小龙 from Spain to share with us his great life story on martial arts, particularly on Tai Chi Chuan training. So we have a quite interesting and funny connection. Even we didn't really see each other yet. Our friend Anna from Spain.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, in the very beginning, she practiced with me, online and in different countries. And later she joined your great seminar about Tuisho, pushing hands. And she was totally impressed and how strong and how great your seminar it is. So, Naxo Xiaolong, please, how and why did you choose Wushu as your path of life?
Well, my life is not easy, but very. I'm young guy, but all life I'm doing different martial arts, and finally Wushu reached on my life when I already be teacher of Japanese martial art. I started doing boxing when I'm kid because my father is professional boxer in the past. So with this, I started something inside me, and always I do some in Spain. It's not easy to have many choices when I'm kid, but I do a lot of different kind of styles. And finally, I encountered one Japanese martial art is Bujinkan. Budo Taijutsu is very traditional in them country. But finally, with this, I have a black belt. My sensei told me you can be teacher, everything like this, very disciplined, a lot of hard work. And one day when I'm doing lesson on the park, one guy is a Tai Chi teacher. He come to my lesson and asking me, "Oh, what are you doing? It's nice." And finally we exchanged, and I go one class of him. And my first class in Tai Chi is horrible. It's like was very difficult for me just doing Chan Chuan, stop in one position, fix like all my body. Alamak, I'm doing martial art, I'm doing combat all my life, and I do one day Tai Chi, and everything is very difficult for me. So in that moment, I think, Alamak, if this is difficult for me, this is for me. And finally, in the beginnings is like I do day by day, and finally it's like become to my passion. For example, my first teacher is Alvago. Now is like one of my best friends. But after a few years training with him, Chensi Tai Chi, he is what he teaching from lineage of Chen Lei in China. Just I love it. Yes, I love it. And later I do Mother Wushu with another teacher, name is Cesar. And I do like formation for teach the kids and this kind. And he told me about Nacho, one competition of Tuisho is in champion of Spain. You can go. I think you are good. And in that moment, I'm very angry with the competition and I don't want to go. And in that finally he convinced me. I don't know why, but he convinced me, and I think okay, let's go. And in my first competition experience is I don't know if the competition in that moment is high level because this is many years ago, but I have very good job and I very beginner, and this make me think, oh, okay, I need to work hard on this and continue. And the competition is like I like the experience because I meet a lot of friends. And finally, like 10 years ago, I go one Taiwan competition, and in that moment I meet my current Sifu. His name is Wen Taiyuan. He lives in Shenzhen, but his Sifu is from Zhengzhou, Henan. And in that moment is like I don't know his name. I don't know who is him, but he just come to me and help me. When I'm in the combats of Tuizhou in Taiwan, everyone is better than me in that moment, and it's like he helped me, and I don't ask him for help, and I don't know. It's like a Juan Fen connection. I don't know how to say, but after this trip, because many things happen in that travel, but for a bit resume, after this experience, I promised myself I want to train with him. Anyway, I visit before China, before meet him, like I visit Shenzhen, I visit Budanshan, because I'm passionate about martial art. And in Spain is not the same feeling about Chinese martial art than in China, of course. It's like here, many teachers, they do one travel to China, they come back to here, and they are big sifus. And I visit a lot of different schools and different people inventing different styles. So that is a bit not really good. But with this master, after a bit time, I go to my first time to train with him, like a few days, and he just grabbed my hand, like I don't know really him, just the connection, we feel it in Taiwan, and he invite me his home. I sleep with him in his home, train every day, a lot of hours, and for me that is magical. And finally, I need to start from zero when I start with him, because it's like every position I do about my Chen style is like for him. Wrong, no, this, very perfectionist, very Kung Fu. And I don't know, it's like finally, after this, every years, I come with him 2-3 times, how I can. I train with him with good connection every weeks in online, and it's like for me, it's my father actually, and really the relation with him is like I can fight with him. It's not, for example, we have a very traditional family. Our Sikong is Chan Sigun. I don't know if my pronunciation about Chinese name is very good.
Yeah.
Okay, and he training with him and with his son is Champeng. And for example, when we visit them school, it's like in traditional school, I know about this and I respect a lot of this, and with the Sifu, the standard of Chinese traditions. I am foreigner for this, but I'm very respectful about the old tradition, old culture. So when we go with them, it's like very structured, and I like this too, no? But with Sifu, it's like we are 2 children playing every day. When we are on training moment, it's training moment, and what he say, I do. But after this is like my best friend. I don't know how to explain. And before in my other travels to China, for learn Tai Chi and Wushu, I visit the very famous schools, and it's like a restaurant. You arrive, they have a list of taolus, and okay, what do you want to train? This taolu. And they put you one good teacher, is good teacher, of course, but the feeling and the connection is not the same. Maybe I love this travel because for me it's an experience of life, and I make a lot of friends, and I live this. For me, it's like my Kung Fu movie dreams. I don't know. It's like you show a lot of movies, and you just travel alone with the bag to train Kung Fu in China. For me, it's magical. But the sensation, like with my Sifu, I start from zero and really very hard. Like in 1 month training, which style you train? Chen Tu?
Which where?
You which Tai Chi or
I'm living
Chen, no?
similar nearby Zhengzhou.
Okay. So
where
near
your
to
grandmaster lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you understand, in 1 month training every day 5-6 hours, just he teach me Chi and Tao Chi, and just this movement, a lot of Tuisou, a lot of Jeep and Gon, but just one movement of Taolu. And you know, before is like I have collection of Taolus in my head from many many seminars, a lot of collection of Taolu. And finally, actually, is like for me, is like one way for every day try to be better, because with this with Kungfu or with my martial art way or Wushu way, what I learned is like every days I can do 1 step more. Some days it's very difficult, some days you are tired, but 1 step more. And with this style and with this Wushu, for me is like one good, sorry for my English, this is not perfect English, I know, but it's like one good objective, and this objective always is there. I train very hard. I think I'm near to the objective, but no, always I see more far this objective, because you want to be better, and maybe it's, you work always the same, but finally the same is what make me very happy and very passionate about what I'm doing. So now I'm very successful, like many people think very lucky, but no, really I'm one guy every day is train very hard. All my passion is about martial art. I cannot change this because it's part of my heart, of my mind. And finally is work hard, make success. So that is my point. And sometimes you don't have good success, but continue work hard. That is the point. And this one very important principle martial art teach me in my way in Wushu.
It's such an amazing story. Yes, of course. I indeed know how hard training you did. So Anna, when Anna finished the seminar you offered, she felt totally, like say, exhausted, because she said, okay, these master and the guys, they really pushed me away and very hard, but she enjoyed definitely a lot. And also I watched some of your training, with some weight lifting for get the strength in your Tuisou, and also even you are big, you are strong, but you have very great sensitivity in Tuisou. So that's why you can make a good Tingjin, boxing
Yes,
with
yes.
ear, with pushing hand with by listening the muscle reaction and the mind shifting for your opponent. And I watched your great video with the Japanese sensei. He barely cannot get fighting back once, and because that is impossible, I think he's good, amazing, and now of course you have more experience in pushing hands.
He entered to my game. Finally, we do mix grappling with the push hand, because he's grappler, he's UFC fighter,
definitely. Definitely, yeah, and I mean he's amazing master as well. But for pushing hand, he has no chance to push you away. It's quite lovely, and because all of these, result indeed show how hard training you did, and I'm trying to do the same. Now I'm doing a lot of weight lifting, and also with the dummy guys, not real, but dummy ones to get more strength, and because as we shared, 四两拨千斤, using 4 pounds to wrap off 1,000 pounds, but you need to have that 4 pounds, right? So you must have a sort of strength. Okay, anyhow, and also your lovely story about how the Wushu connect you with your masters. in a very unique way, because many of the people, they feel great about how the tradition of China in the Wushu way, the grandmaster, master, and students, they are very strict, but some master and students, they become beyond the teacher, like beyond the shifu and and the 2D. So they are more like a friend. So this give the people eye to eye in the same level to share, to find the truth. Because if the master is always strict and the disciples always be the lower one to follow up, and there is no chance there is less chance of efficiently get the truth. Maybe you are wondering, should I train this, or maybe I think it's not really correct or proper. Maybe you can discuss, and by discussing, and the wisdom comes, right? So comes out. And cool. And okay, you train it very hard, as you mentioned. Okay, if it's difficult and it's for me, so you are challenging yourself all the time. Have you ever get any injury on the way of training martial arts?
Injuries are always the big problems in martial art way,
Sure.
I have some injuries, not very serious injuries in my way, but is like one resume very very nice is some days I'm back after lesson to my home, and I like to do combat sparring. In my training I like to be for Chipengon, Taolu, Tuisho, and Sanda combat. For me, it's like I need to work all this way in my life and start Qigong in other part, but Qigong is different thing for me, like outside of martial art, one complement for my way. But all of this is part of the training what I like to do. And some days I do combat with my student, and you are the teacher, so everything is okay. But when you back home, he hit me here. Oh, mamma mia! Here. No, yes, I have injuries, and when you do challenge or you go competition or you just can do in one soft sparring, you can have one injury. Always, never we want to have injuries, but when I have for example, I'm doing sometimes MMA sparring, and I go to train MMA because I like to feel out of my comfort area. For you understand me.
Mm-hmm.
And one day my shoulder take out, and very painful. I have 2 weeks. I cannot do nothing with this. In these days, I try to recover my shoulder, make me stronger, training my taolus with no one hand, doing my Sifu lesson with no one hand. I try because sometimes I have the injury and I want to move, and it's like my Sifu and my future wife tell me, "Hey, no, don't move. You need to rest." Or my big problem sometimes is know when is the good moment for rest a bit. Because sometimes I'm very motivated, but sometimes I'm not motivated. But my body is like I need to train just for be better or for feel better. Just train, because some days you wake up and today I don't want to do nothing. After training, what I want to do, and with injuries is like dangerous things always, because now my work. I am not rich, but the money what I make for my life, for my family, is from martial art, because it's my current work. So if I have injury or big injury, no money, no nothing, because I cannot work. So always I say myself, why? If I have one broken leg, what? Pues maybe I do my lesson with my mouth. And some days, for example, when I have my injury in my shoulder, I'm lucky and I have some student 10 years training with me a lot, and some student help me with some lesson, and I can go to the lesson and say, okay, do this, guys, but you know you want to do. So it's difficult to explain you in my way, because I'm a bit crazy boy. Like now I love to move, to train, but really if this is one advice for one of my students, if you have injured, please make yourself for recover. It's more important recover and can continue to training than you have injury, tomorrow you come and this injury become more bad. So it's better to recover, take calm. Maybe you can do another kind of training. Maybe you can study. Maybe you can read about what do you want to improve or learn, and you can recover the body and continue in other moment. It's okay. But
Sure.
better, we don't have never one injury because we training Tai Chi, we training Tai Chi. So it's good martial art and it's good for our health. So we need to find the way.
Definitely. I'm so happy that you are extremely passionate and fascinating in this training, because as we know that sometimes it's extremely hard and exhausted. You know, our body exhausted, and sometimes we cannot see the improvement of our training, our mind getting tired. But even though we keep moving every single day forward, and I'm doing the similar ones, and also about the injury. So I used to be a basketball player in the high school and also in the college. And I get injured. I broken my left elbow because the falling down in the basketball game. And but you mentioned exactly, now we are teaching, let's say, Kungfu or Wushu, different martial arts to make a living. And if we get injury and there is no, income, or there are, it takes, maybe we need somebody else to help us, to get the income, like we have assistant to teach, to leading the class, but we want to give our experience and our knowledge and the training method directly to them, So this is now exactly, I'm very carefully about any possible injury as well. I almost don't train. I still play basketball, just shooting the ball, moving the ball, but not against, game to game.
Hey. Someday we can play 1v1 to basketball with no risky. No,
okay,
no like NBA. Bam.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing, my Sifu, one reason about he continue very hard with the Tai Chi, and now is teaching and he live about this too, is because he play a lot of basketball when he's young, and he has very big important injury in the knee. So he find Tai Chi for recover, and finally, the connection is just, you remember this story because you told me about your elbow in basketball. And
cool, exactly. Look, because we're training, I'm not saying basketball is bad. I love basketball. I love basketball more than Kung Fu. When I was a teenager, even, before I'm 20, before my 30s, I love training basketball and play basketball with all the students and the friends crossing over the world. But also, because the wrong way of training, the wrong way of playing, we get injury about the elbow and also the knee. Now, just like your Shifu, I'm using Tai Chi and also the other martial arts on the ground techniques help me to fix the knee problem. And now it's getting better, but slowly, recovering. Okay, cool. And so now you are teaching in United States. right?
Yes, this weekend I will teach in one school in Chinatown in New York, and later I do another workshop with another group. And for me, it's like passionate because actually I work I do formation for future teacher from my style or for my school, and later I do workshop around the different countries about to show like traditional or competition. I started like a structure. We have I say because it's from my school finally, and we have very quick method just no for the 10 traditional exercise about to show is about how you improve your roots, how you improve your tinging, how you improve your lines, different kind of things, and I'm very how I travel in a lot of competition. A lot of people around the world call me like Nacho, come do workshop here, teach us. Because one big problem, and it's nice. I hope this changes in the future because many Tai Chi schools just doing Taolu and like collection of Taolus. No, they don't find all knowledge about one Taolu, about all roots, what happened in all moment in then Taolu. They don't know applications, martial application. They don't know what is tendon or what in Chinese medicine is really connected with different movement. And of course, they don't do Tuisou or a little combat. So what the people in Tai Chi different school normally call me is for help them a bit this. I am not the best on the world. I find to be my best version, but I am not the best of the world of this. Of course, a lot of in China teacher or a lot of different teachers work hard and train hard with them sifus, and they understand all ways about this. But I'm very lucky because with my sifu is just 1 second of Taolu. You need to do very perfect about elbow, shoulder down, all different kind of the structure, very connected like a mathematic things, and you need to know what you can do with this about the application, about intuition, about how you play the structure in one movement. So just with one Taolu you have with all your life for understand a lot of application. Of course, we need to be honest, like how you can improve, use this, like we cannot say Tai Chi with application and later you think you go the street and you know how to fight or these kind of things. I don't want to enter in this, but in the situation what you training and with work hard, that can help you for understand what happened in your Taolu, for example. And in Tuisou, the problem is the people just I joke with this with my sifu, but just they do like move the mayonnaise, make the mayonnaise, and just they know like this, but what happened on this? What you can sprint of this? Where board is more? I don't know, these kind of things. And finally the people call me about help them for with my experience because finally I need to improve more. I need to learn more. I want to study very how to say, sorry for my English, sometimes it's a bit I'm thinking
you need to study properly.
Yeah, no properly of course, but more I want to.
You want to offer more. I mean, the more application, more real stuff. You know, behind the Taolu, the form
yes,
to the people.
For me, that is very important when I'm beginning. You know, I started doing boxing and just doing combat. If my first teacher of Tai Chi, the Spanish one, name is Alvaro. I'm lucky because he liked to fight, and he teach Tai Chi, and he teach another Indonesian martial art, Silat. So he always find application on Tai Chi, and so one thing about the Tai Chi call me too much is because he fight too with this, and with my Sifu is the same. I think if my Sifu don't teach me some application, maybe the connection is different because it's in my personality maybe, or it's in my blood. I need to feel what I'm learning is a martial art. Of course, some system is just for health, and I respect a lot because the system help a lot of people around the world. I respect a lot of this, but I think in this kind of style, you need another part of the teapot. It's like if the teapot have 4 legs, one is the culture, Chinese culture, the history. Another one is theory, Chinese medicine or theory, or another one is healthy things and just movement, structure. And another one is understand the application, how you can use for survival or for help the people in self-defense. And if one of the legs is in the teapot go away. So for me, it's like a very, very long way for study a lot of things for improve your Tai Chi, I think. And this is one very some beautiful thing about the Chinese martial art, because one style, and you don't need to learn 20 Taolus or 20 styles, so one and really go to profundo. I don't know how to say this word in
deep
English
and
now.
Go to detail.
Yes, deep. Yes, deep, and not just in one movement and finish and next movement, and this is very passionate about Chinese martial art. And the problem about this is not many people want to deep on this. And one thing about what we are speaking, because I'm in New York, is because I'm a bit lucky because not many people is very deep, and how I'm a bit deep. No, I don't know the best, but I train hard, and just this is the only secret: practice, and when you don't want practice, no more secrets. Kung Fu is about this: find your best version. I don't know how to say more.
Exactly, as you mentioned, Kung Fu actually is in Chinese we call it Kung Fu. Kung Fu, on the other hand, is about mastery. Is also about time. For example, I used to share with a friend and student. I said, 想出好功夫，你得下功夫, which means if you want to get a good Kung Fu, you must working on time, because Kung Fu in another meaning is time in and to translate literally in English. So you want to get a good result, you must put time into it. You must practice. And I think now I don't need to ask the last question, which I used to ask about what does Wushu mean to you, because you already give the clear answer. Wushu means for you is like everything. It's like
for me it's part of the life. It's a philosophy, it's way to follow. If just same thing, Wushu is martial art, but this is very poor word, very poor definition. It's not the same have Kung Fu. I don't. Sorry for my pronunciation. If my girlfriend is Chinese, when I say Chinese word, my girlfriend because she don't like my pronunciation. But and Wushu, the definition is martial art, But this can be like a part of your life. If, for example, you have another job, you are a chef in the restaurant, you can train in other moments a bit Kung Fu, and you still have Kung Fu. Maybe you can have Kung Fu in your work when you are cooking, but always in this I do the same example. I have many kind of student, and for one of my student, he has family, he's a father. He training with me in online lessons sometimes, and when I go Barcelona, he do workshop with me, like full weekend, and every mornings he wake up, he training 10 minutes, 20 minutes, no more. But after this, he go to send the children to the school. He go to his business, his restaurant, and all day he's working there. He back home, and his father, his husband, he needs to be in family, and if he can take another 5 minutes for practice or another 10 minutes. For me, this is example of Papa Kung Fu. For me, it's like take a little time for improve in martial art, but he has Kung Fu about life.
Exactly. Yeah, he's the master of Kung Fu as well, because he master himself, you know, in the great.
Maybe you and me, we train more hours a day, or because it's our job. I mean, for me, it's my job. So maybe I do 4-hour lesson, 6-hour lesson, but I need to take my 1 or my 2 hours for complete maybe 8 hours of a day. But because it's my work, I cannot tell my student if they have another life, please do the same like me. No, maybe they have another thing in the life, and if they take time for Kung Fu, is good example.
Definitely. Well, and thank you, Naxo and Xiaolong, so much for sharing your amazing life story on Wushu, and also your great experience on teaching and motivated people to make their dream become true of a martial artist. And for all of you guys who are watching us, if you are looking for a master of Wushu, and particularly on Twitch for the application, the real one, welcome to contact with Naxo, Xiaolong, for taking his great seminar. And I'm looking forward to see you somewhere, and I believe so. And Anna, Li and Naxo, our friends, and all of us, you know, because of Wushu, we are connected, and for sure we will have great friendship.
I know, but one day we will meet together. I need to play with you.
One versus one, with you
basketball and Tuiso, huh?
Okay,
of course.
For sure.
Of course.
Okay. Salud.
Thank you, brother.
Okay.